We are live. Okay. So, everyone, let me introduce our guest today. We are lucky to have his precious time, Sri Nithya Ekatmananda Ji. We would like to welcome him. स्वागत है आपका. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
This show basically is about discussion about Indian related topics and issues and the values and core philosophies that we have in Bharat as a whole. And recently, as you know, one incident happened that two of the Hindu monks were brutally murdered by mob. I was searching for videos and I came through your video, and it was very powerful indeed. I mean, I was really spellbound to see someone who has embraced Hinduism like you have, to speak truth, not to fear about the secular aspect, whether who will call you secular, non-secular. You spoke the truth about it without getting angry. I would like you to share your thoughts on the situation and reaction of people or the Hindus in India. Why they are fearful, or are they fearful, or they are just neglecting it? What do you feel?
First of all, thank you so much for having me.
Welcome.
Nityanandam, namaste. It's easy for me not to have fear because I am in Denmark, We don't have any such thing. The police in Denmark, they protect us. They protect our freedom, religious freedom, no? So for me, it's very easy to be a bystander and tell the truth as it is, don't have fear. It's always very easy to say. But to do it, to be fearless in the face of these kind of things is not easy, to tell the truth, no?
Yes.
So I can understand that throughout all these years, Hindus have developed, in India especially, some kind of reluctance and resistance towards actually embracing the Hinduism, and being proud about it. That is unfortunate. But it's something that we have to talk about. We cannot just hide in our room. Now we have to hide in the room, because of this Corona lockdown time. We have to hide, we have to maintain our health. That is a good thing, taking care. It's a good thing. But still, we have this opportunity to do as we do now, go live and tell the truth, speak our heart, and that's all I'm doing. So yes, I am from Denmark. I was not born as a Hindu. I embraced Hinduism when I started to grow. And for that, I am eternally grateful for you guys in India to have maintained this beautiful tradition for so long. And now only, I think, Nepal is gone. No Hindu nation is left. India is
No,
not a Hindu nation. Hindu is an anti-Hindu nation now, I should say. So it's very difficult to be a Hindu in India. So I can relate with the fear. I can understand. But you should know, come on. If you are really a Hindu, if you're a practicing Hindu, you should know there is no reason to have fear. Now, I am experiencing the truth. So I don't have fear. I have been facing danger also, different kinds of situations where I chose to be non-violent and simply, let's see what happens. Nothing happens. You see, only you can lose your body, that's all. So what you cannot lose is the space of a Hindu. That ferociousness you will take with you throughout each lifetime. So that we need to nurture, that we need to protect, and we cannot stand by and look when this is happening. We have to take up the responsibility and tell the truth as it is. We have to go out and tell the people who are facing us and telling us you cannot be Hindus, you should not be Hindus, that this is our right. Sanatana Dharma is our right. We cannot just let it vanish. So I have understanding, but also I want to be a powerful voice in this, and because I am graced with an experience that makes me not afraid of losing this body. You see, I'm practicing Hindu, and when you practice Hinduism, it has a result. You start to experience certain states of consciousness, which brings you outside the body. So actually, I have experienced myself outside the body. I have left this body and I've returned to this body. So I know that I am not this body only, I am also this body, but I'm not afraid to lose it no more. So yes, for me, it's very easy to not have fear. But today, that is a rare thing. So yes, I know it's difficult times in India, but that doesn't mean that we should cow down. No, not at all. So that is my initial response. Do not have fear. Face the fear. That makes you grow. That makes your space powerful. That makes your space graceful. This is how we mature as a soul. We are supposed to face these things in our life. Now is the end time of Kali Yuga. So what you can expect, no? You have to embrace the energy of Kalki. See, Kalki is not one individual. It is all of us put together and facing this adharma, facing this adharma and protecting the dharma. It is our responsibility. We have incarnated now in this time to do that. So I just want to wake people up, that's all.
yeah, I agree with you. And coming from you, these are very basic Hindu philosophies that many people have forgotten. I mean, what you said is true. Everyone has forgotten what is Atma. They have replaced Atma with a Western concept of soul, which is not equal to Atma. And people have misused and misled, and they have translated Kal into different thing. They have translated Kal into just time. They don't know what Kal means. and this kind of small thing they have forgotten in general, Indian youth and all. And right now it's only YouTubers like me and few people that are trying to bring out the truth in India. The mainstream media, apart from few channels, all are funded heavily by different agencies having different interest groups. This incident that happened in Palghar, I was really furious. I did a video before any other mainstream media did it. I only have 30 or 40 views on it, but I was the first to cover it. It pained me so much that mainstream actual media is not covering this incidents, and I posted it before they did. It was so painful that Sadhu was like so innocent. He was not even crying, or he was just smiling till he died. He was simply smiling till he was dead.
That is the quality of a sadhu. See, the sadhu has faced the death long time since, he's not afraid to die, The death is just a celebration for the sadhu, because he gets to renew himself. If he wants to, he can come back here and help all of us get out of this matrix, this Maya. But also he can relax into the Paramatma state, relax into the highest of high. Now, my guru has blessed him to reach the Kailas, so I assume that he will go to the Kailas and he will relax, enjoy the fruits of his labor. But really, this is the quality of a sadhu, not to be afraid of the death, to understand that death is the life itself. We have to be able to look death into its eyes. And death is happening everywhere now, these days especially. You can see how this earth has been, destroyed almost by this lifestyle of the West. So we need to stop what we're doing. Actually, somehow this corona can be a very big blessing for us, because we need time to sit by ourselves and relax into our bodies and feel what is going on. All this death happening and all this disease happening, all this disorder happening, could be a very big blessing for our consciousness if we choose to look at it from a higher level. But many people these days, they are reluctant towards the death. They will do anything not to look inside. They will look at the TV, and then the TV will tell them what to do, what to think, what to feel, what to eat. Everything they'll get from the TV only. So I appreciate very much what you're doing. Do not have discouragement because only 30 or 40 people are watching. No. This is the beginning of the Satya Yuga. And this is how it begins. I'm telling you, the people who are watching this are the people who will change the future. They have the power to change everything. We all do. But we have to own it. We have to own the truth of Hinduism, Aham Brahmasmi, Paramashivoham, and start to create the life as we want it, We cannot just sit idle by. So this is a call for each and every one of us to do the right thing, to embrace ahimsa in everything that we do, because now we are facing the karma collectively as a human consciousness. We have not been treating the earth as we are supposed to. We have not been able to coexist. All the institutions, the religions, and the nations have failed. The fact that we should be here to cooperate and coexist and evolve. But this has not been happening. So it's not the end of the earth. It's just the end of the old world order. So we have to sit and we have to think about how we want the future to look like. Do we want to repeat the same old mistakes? No. So we need to be able to recognize ourselves first. And it's an old saying, you change anything by changing yourself. See, how we relate to ourselves is the most important thing in this world, because that is how you relate to others. So how you treat yourself will be how you treat others. And now you see so many people are suffering inside, and that is what they project outside. That is why they cannot sit in restful awareness by themselves. They have to continuously engage their senses for some kind of satisfaction. And it's a sad thing, because so much peace and so much power and so much bliss is inside our very being, but we are not looking inwards. And that needs to happen in order for the change to start unfolding. So small steps, but right steps is what we need to entertain. Not that kind of entertainment which is going on in India, because I know, looking at the entertainment of India, for example, looking at what is shown in the TVs and the mainstream medias and all this, it is simply a fairy tale. They're trying to spin something which is not true. That Hinduism is bad, Hinduism is weak, Hinduism is wrong, Hinduism is stupid, and Hinduism is a mistake. Not at all. That is an anti-Hinduism which has been funded by these very people that you are talking, that are sitting and putting all their treasure into this matrix and wanting to keep the power. That is not good. We
So
need to take back the power.
I want to update you. Maybe you already know it, but for the sake of our viewers, what has come up, because mainstream media has failed, police has failed, government has failed to provide the information, and on top of it the government threatened that if anyone will try to make any communal angle or try to, because the truth is that two Hindu monks have died, but they don't want us to tell that. They are telling that this is offensive to someone, so we'll put you behind the bars. But my question is simple: how can mob take two simple monks outside, from inside the police station to outside, and then kill him? I mean, this is unacceptable, and this happens in a country where Hindus are supposed to be majority, and people don't realize one fact. And if you want to elaborate it, that throughout the history, minority communities have ruled majority peaceful people. It is not, it is not unseen in the history. I mean, uh, it is not unheard that Hindus cannot be victim after being majority. Lot of majorities in this world have faced atrocities from minorities.
Yes, you're right. And this also shows that it is an organized event, this is not just a coincidence. I am not a fool, If you just have a little intuition, and if you just have your eyes open, you will know immediately that this is an organized event that is meant to bring down the Hinduism. And it's meant
Swamiji,
to...
I'll add one point here.
Hmm,
In 1982, in West Bengal, there was communist people who were ruling there.
hmm,
17 sadhus and one Hindu woman were pulled from a bus and killed by mob, and they accused them of being children smugglers or children thieves.
yes.
And
This
again,
is
this
exactly the
incident,
same thing which is going on now.
and same communist, that seat, that area, that constituency is a communist constituency,
Yes.
and same thing goes again and again. And this is not the first time. In West Bengal and everywhere, there's so many things that the sadhus and the pandits have been tied to a tree and beaten to death, but no one has heard of till now. But finally, this is, I think, is a straw that will break the camel's back. What do you have to say
I,
on this?
I don't want to point any specific finger right now,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I know that this event, that Kalpavriksh Giri Maharaj and that Sushil Giri Maharaj and Senthil Ji, they all killed in a zone in Maharashtra, in Palghar, which is very much influenced by Christian conversion. And I know from I'm volunteering at Hindu University, and I know from the research that we're doing that we have been trying for so long to keep Hinduism as a collective, but actually we are independent, small communities which are coexisting. So the fact that we are like a big majority is not really the truth, because organizational wise, we are not majority. We are small individuals, and because there are so much money going into the pockets of these people who are trying to dismantle the Hinduism, it is very easy for them to do it. You'll see so many foreigners coming to India and trying to go into these local villages and convert the people and give them some kind of relief which they need, some kind of water or something, and then only if they can get conversion, they'll have the water, they'll have that food. So this is a cheap trick, very cheap trick. But I know from the studies that we do that we have been trying, my guru has been trying to reach out to these villages. For instance, he was building these temples on wheels and bringing food and dance and beautiful music out to the villages. He was doing this for a long time. My guru, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Shri Nityananda Paramashivam, he was doing this in the early ages, before the persecution started on him, because he was successful, because he was actually he was going out to different kind of villages and making this energy happen, and they were so grateful, especially villages which were on the edge of losing the tradition. He came and revived that energy, that beautiful energy, and gave them that what they needed, and then they actually came back into they marched back for different yatras and different beautiful pilgrimages and rituals. They came to bigger cities and joined together. This was a very big problem for the conversional for the people who want to convert these villages. So they're taking down everyone who's doing anything pro-social. That is what they do. That is why they take down these two Mahants of Junakara, because they're actually doing social work. They're doing the work which is needed, but this is not in the interest of these people. So that is what is going on. Again and again, we see the same thing happening, and we cannot just stand by and let this happen. This is a persecution. I cannot believe that the United Nations have not done anything about this, have not put any interest or any kind of campaign towards this, have not created any kind of anything towards this problem. Millions of people have died in India because of this throughout the years, and every day people are dying, people are being kidnapped, people are being forcibly converted into different religions. This is not okay. We cannot just stand by and say, this is India, who can do anything, it's a crazy country, it's all like the traffic. No, these are people who are suffering. How can we stand by and look at this and not do anything about it? I am actually...
By your permission, I want to show the picture so that we can be blessed.
See, my guru has taken on all the persecution because he was the one who tried to unite every Hindu. Just come on, brothers, let's stand together and not fight. That kind of spirit he's bringing. They take him down. What they do is they say, oh, there is a Hindu guru. We don't like him. He's a danger to our plot. So we will morph a video, portray him as a womanizer. We will even go and spread that rumor that he's a rapist, and then we will put this on the news, and then we will go and arrest him, and then we'll burn down his ashram, and then we'll put him in jail, and then we'll poison his body slowly, while we in the newspaper itself go out and ask any victims, you can come, please come, victims. They do this in the newspaper, and they do this in the news. They are asking who is the victim of this guru. How can it be that any religious leader is put under arrest without a victim? Where is the logic in this? I cannot believe that India has come to this. India was the most beautiful country, the strongest country in the whole world. Now it is a cheap country. And they lost that avatar.
When Dharma was here, Indians produced 30 to 35% of world's GDP in economics. And this survey was done by OECD group of nations. If I am not wrong, they are the European nations and the developed nations. So after Christian era started, they did a survey, and they showed that till the Mughals invaded India, even though Greeks came to India, even till then, India was the most biggest superpower in the world.
Yes.
In terms of economy and dharma and yoga and everything. And after the Mughal invasion happened, and Turk invasion happened, and the Arab invasion happens, then Britishers come, then Portuguese come, then French come, then Dutch come. I mean, if I tell people that practically the whole of the Middle Eastern and the European wealth is based on Indian loot, they don't understand this. And the Renaissance, I am not wrong, the Renaissance age coincide with the knowledge loot of India. They simply translated the Sanskrit books into different languages. And if you go to one of the, if I'm not wrong, European country, Lithuania or something, I'm not remembering the name, the words are exactly Sanskrit words. They just write it in a Roman script. They speak almost Hindi and Sanskrit mixture. The Vimana word or all the Sanskrit word they recognize. So there's some connection also that we have forgotten due to historical collapse. And there's one freelance Ajit. He was ex-Navy guy. He's very senior. His website was blocked because he was trying to tell the truth that Shivlinga was everywhere. Even in Europe, Shivlinga was there. Shiva was worshipped everywhere before this age of different kind of a religion started.
Yeah, see how they have done this, they have even made Hindus believe this is not true. The Hindus themselves in India are not aware of this. They have really done it. They have pulled some kind of magic trick, and they blame my guru for black magic. You're poor. How can they do this, It's a big question for me. And what I come to realize is that they have done it, and they will keep doing it because they have created some kind of fear. It is a system of fear, and we have to break it. And each of us have to break it.
I'll tell you what happened to me personally. I was posting this. So recently what has happened in Telangana state, Telangana was used to be part of Andhra Pradesh, the Hyderabad region. So in Telangana, one guy from a particular community filed a FIR against a customer when that customer refused to buy from that community because of certain videos going around. They are spitting, they are throwing their urine in the food and all. So they have lodged a case. But on the second hand, they have this halal economics going on, where the halal economics is growing and growing, where they are forcing certain community people only to buy from certain community. So for them, if they do it, it's okay. But if Hindus try to protest or save themselves from corona attack, they are labeled as some kind of a phobes. And we can't even spell that religion's name or that word. You know how the things have become. Can you understand? I am from India, and we cannot even speak the name of that particular sect or religion or whatever. This is the state of affairs. Someone will put an FIR on me and I will be called back and something will happen. This kind of fear mongering is going on. And this is after the case that I am a Hindu, so-called majority of India. And they put all my personal details. They hacked my computer and everything. The same lobby that has killed them. They have the cyber terrorists. They destroy the life of one Hindu at a time so that they cannot stand up. But I did not bow to them. I said, even if you have my details, so what? I am open. I live here. You come, no worries.
This is what we need to embrace. So what you gonna do? I am not gonna stop telling the truth. We have to embrace this deepest core of us, our being, this fearlessness, this righteousness, this knowing that we are the consciousness itself and we are here to change this matrix, this Maya. Because now it's being run by these self-styled media godmen. They think they can run the world through a square. No way. Hindus will take back the control because we have the numbers. That is where they have fooled us to think, oh, now they see what they did to Nityananda. So we better not do anything, No. If we all stand up and do something, they cannot do anything. We have the numbers and we must use what strength we have to actually face this corruption and face this adharma and actually conquer it. We must become a Sadashiva Sena. All of us, we must unite as a Hindu religion. I know it's a science and it's a lifestyle, but we are all different sampradayas. We all need to stand together as brothers, cousins, as a big family and simply unite in the strength of consciousness, the strength of super consciousness. No fear. That is my message to everyone out there who is listening. Do not have fear. Now my guru, I know Swamiji, he will do it. See, for 10 years or something, I have known about Swamiji, totally. I've known about him. And from the minute I lay my eyes on him, I have been blessed. You have no idea. If this is your first time watching Swamiji, one of the viewers, you are blessed, understand? Your very being will start to evolve. Your very space will start to vibrate with the divine frequency, the divine frequency of life. You will start to experience higher states of consciousness, which will make this fearlessness happen in you. But I'm telling you, jump in. Do not listen to that corrupt media. Do not listen to that corrupt government. Do not listen to those neighbors who are telling you, no, you cannot do that. I'll tell you the truth. I'm causing different people around the world to embrace the Hinduism. I'm even causing one boy in India who's writing to me and he's telling me his family will not allow him to do yoga. So I'm telling him, wake up doing a Brahma Muhurta and do the yoga. But he's saying, oh, my sister will come and spy on me and tell my mother that I'm doing yoga and she will come and yell at me. I'm telling, okay, then do pranayama. They cannot see that you are doing that controlled breathing. And what are they going to do? Stop you from breathing? This is happening around the world. How can we allow this? It is not okay. And we need to do it. Each and every one of us have a responsibility to pick up the Trishul and start to change the world. That is what we're going to do, and that's how we're going to do it. But I know, because my Swamiji has blessed me with so many powers, so much peace and so much blissfulness and so many experiences, I know he's real. I have lived with Swamiji for about 6 months and then 1 month in Tamil Nadu. I've lived it with him, and I'm now even living with him. Understand? I know my Swamiji is real. So I am very proud to know that when Swamiji is saying, hey, we have won, we will win, then I am now already celebrating. And if I give my life for this cause, I don't care. That will be worth it. It will be the biggest thing I have ever done in any lifetime, is to live with my Swamiji and to radiate that energy, because you have no idea how good it feels. It is the best thing to renounce your fear and simply do what you are here to do. That is what we are supposed to do. But now we have accepted the fear and the propaganda of the media. So as a collective consciousness, we need to evolve a little bit, and it takes time. It takes some time, and it takes courageous people to tell the truth, like you and me right now. So this is one step towards the right thing. This is I know the future will be successful. I know that Hinduism will survive. We have survived so much. Now we will win this war, but it is a war. Understand? It is the sacred war. Mahabharat will survive.
Yes, and I was just trying to get some of the topics to just have a look at, and I'll just try to show you some of these things. And I'm sorry if I'm using a lot of your time. I just wanted our viewers to understand what exactly are we going through exactly, and what kind of a downgrade trajectory are we on as a civilization and as a philosophy on a whole. So first I would like to share one picture with you. So this is what the mainstream media put out. Three thieves beaten to death by villagers in Maharashtra's Palghar district. So this is why I became very furious from inside. But then I realized I must start making videos, and I was not very sure whether I should make this content or not. But I realized that someone has to document this. Maybe after 4 5 years, maybe they can destroy my body or anything, but these videos will live on, and someone someday will get inspiration, and they will understand that someone was trying to tell something that was truth. People don't want to wake up, it seems.
See, this is a perfect example of how they are doing the trick. They put out some headline, and they put some people on the screen and repeating this headline over and over again, and the people sitting watching simply start to accept,
This
because
was
what to
the
do.
Sorry to interrupt. This was the only journalist that stood up for Hindus. He is Arnab Goswami. He was already criticized for a lot of things. There's a editorial guilds of India, which is a editorial body for freedom of press and stuff like that, autonomous journalist body. He was member of that. On live TV he resigned from that editors guild because of not showing this correct information and calling the sadhus as thieves. So he resigned from that post on air live TV. He resigned it. He said that they were Hindus, that's why they were killed, and no one is speaking for them. So he is the only journalist and one more person, and that's all. No one else. And now this person, the Congress party, they are trying to put a case on him, put a legal case on him, because
But that's okay.
he just talked about missionaries.
Well, it's worth it. We all have to make some personal sacrifice. We all have to do a tiaga. And this is a perfect example of how to do it. This is most inspiring thing I've heard today. I did not know about this. I am honored about by this man, by this being, because he's doing exactly what I'm talking. He's refusing to let this fairy tale grow any further. You see, it is a complete, I don't want to say bullshit, because that is a sacred thing to me, but it is not good to say these words out loud, that they call a sadhu a thief. That is not good. That is not good for anybody to speak those words, because they are not truth, and they are not dharma. You understand? He's a sadhu, he's a sacred man, he's a sacred being. Whole life he has been devoted to the truth. He has been living the truth. He has been enriching the world with the truth. And now what is given to him? This disrespect. No sadhu deserves that kind of treatment. It is peaking. It is too much. And that is why, people are starting to shake it off, this illusion. And see, I don't even want to start to talk about this and call them thieves. This is a typical example of how they're doing it. This is what they did with my Swami, with my Guru. They simply put some story up there, and then they say, oh, what a mad dog, Of course, we had to put it down.
This is a common trend in India. A lot of Hindu sadhus or gurus, they have been accused of single charge of rape or something. And these are some kind of girls that come from a particular community that are paid or motivated to put an allegation against these sadhus. And these guys just stay behind the bar for like ages and ages and ages. And somehow I'm bit happy that Guruji was able to like stand up because of his holiness and his divinity. He was able to stand up to these people and not bow down to these very hollow people. And this was very good for us as a whole. And anything happens to related to Hindus, they call it superstition or God knows what not. They don't understand the fifth element. They don't realize the value of Akash element. They just feel they're made of four elements and there's no Akash element involved. And based on this, they want to project everything, and they just want everyone to think in their terms materialistic values. That's all.
See, when you only understand the logic, you are not even, a conscious being. You have to understand the space element, and I cannot even believe that they're doing that, because they want to copy the West, so they're taking everything that they think is glorious and glimmery from the West, and then they take that. But actually now the West itself is starting to confirm what the Upanishads start to say. Everything is energy. That is the first line, everything is energy. And that is the last line of the science. So they have to understand that the space itself, is full of energy. That ether itself is full of energy. That there is no such thing as a vacuum. It is all full of energy, of Shiva. Anyways, yes. See, I can go on talking about Shiva because he's there right now with each and every one of us. He's just waiting. Hey, wake up, come on. And we slowly and very subtle, he will start to make his presence known to each and every one of us. Because he is all pervasive, he is one with each and every one of us. So the truth is very clear. It is straightforward. The science is confirming what now the religions have been saying for decades, like thousands of years. We have known that this is the truth. And I'm saying deep down, everyone knows actually the truth. but most people are denying. So yes, India has fallen from grace, but they have not lost everything. They can still make it. They just have to pick up the trishul.
पुत्रोर्गलितं फलम् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलम् सुखमुखादयुतं नितसंशयम् अपिवत भागवतं रसमालया मुहुर्धो भूमिका भुव भाविका। सारे संसार से मुक्त होने वाला वो कल्प वृक्ष रूपी श्रीमद् भागवत कथा पीने वाला जानो तो उसका मतलब समझेगा वो पढ़ा लिखा होगा। और नाम है मेरा कल्पवृक्ष। क्या इनको दिया हम फिर बताएंगे।
This was one of his videos. He was telling about moksha and how he will get moksha. And I'm very, I mean, I never broke this much before. Anyways, all I would like to say is this is not just about Hindus or anything. This is more about human rights as a whole. If Hindus cannot be guaranteed human rights, then no other community deserves human rights. I mean, it's a clear cut comparison. We don't have any political alignments or anything. And this is what is happening right now. The Palghar mob lynching, relatives of those arrested threatened to kill BJP Sarpanch on suspicion of collision with the police. So the people there now, they are threatening the Hindus and the BJP Sarpanch, the local leader, for telling about these people to the police, 100 something that have been arrested.
I don't have any comment.
Yeah, I know. I'm just sharing with the people to understand the situation here. I mean, now
Go
even
on,
they are
please.
being threatened to inform the police and all. And uh, I try to bring a lot of positivity, but this thing is not just positive. It's showing what adharma can do. And we see who real rakshasas were in earlier ages. They were not people with 10 hands or something like that. They were these same people with adharma in them.
And they even
And
have a Hindu name. They will
yeah,
go on pretending to be Hindus. They will disgrace the Hindu name, their grandfathers and fathers, by wearing that name and refusing to let go. They will pretend to be Hindu. It's like the wolf and the sheep, you know.
there's one guy, Pradeep Prabhu. Pradeep Prabhu. This person runs an organization called Kastkari Sangathan. This seems like a very Indian name and an Indian organization. But this person converted and his name is now Peter De Mello. So from Pradeep Prabhu, he becomes Peter De Mello after conversion. and he runs an organization. This organization has filed for bail, the bail that they give the police to take people out. So this organization has given bail to the murderers, 100 some people, murderers. They have given the money for the bail, and they are involved directly in the conversion of Hindus. And this issue, the article can be dated back to 2002. This is not a fresh issue. It is just that for the first time something has been recorded on video. That's all. This is very common phenomena. Thousands of
So
sadhus get murdered every year, probably.
did they get bail now? These
According
people?
according to the last report, they have applied for the bail, and the money this organization has given. I'm not sure whether the bail is approved yet. I cannot confirm on that. Maybe later I'll tell you that. But they have applied for bail. And now imagine the brutal murderers. Now I hope that the people do not get fury of Naga sadhus and sons and everyone. If people really become angry from inside, sadhus do not become angry. If they become angry, no one can stop them. So I see a very bad situation for people who are trying to hurt us right now. They don't realize the power that is hidden inside us. They think that we are weak, just we avoid the things, they think we are weak. But they don't know the power of calm and peace and one with the Atma.
See, you will know Zen monks. You'll know a lot of stories from Zen monks. And I know one story. So the disciple is telling his guru, please give me enlightenment. And the guru will just put him down with the face into the river, almost drown him, you know. That is seemingly violence. Then he'd take him up again and ask, do you still want enlightenment? You see, these things are not violent in the terms of moksha, when you look at it like that. Because if you keep on coming back until you get the moksha, so the guru will simply do a surgery. Is it violence to remove a tumor, to cut out the tumor? No. So this is what will happen if they do not start to respect Hindu sadhus. This is what will happen, I'm telling you. Because we will give moksha either one way or the other. This world will be liberated. I'm telling you, I know. But simply from the space of ahimsa, not necessarily in the binary logic way, maybe from the cosmic logic, there will be, yes, some surgery. We will see. Now, Naga sadhus, after this corona lockdown, I have read online, they will march to Mahasastra. Let's see what will happen now.
Yes, let's hope. People have forgotten that ahimsa means least violent to the most innocent entity. They have forgotten this aspect. They think ahimsa means just surrendering and not doing anything. This false ahimsa, they have forgotten Trishul, they have forgotten Shastra Puja, the weapon worship that they do every year. They've forgotten all these things. I mean, I'm very, you can feel, I know you are very Holy Spirit, Atma yourself, and you can feel that I'm not very happy inside me. I wanted this to be a very kind of a positive note kind of a thing, but
it is.
Yeah.
It is. It is a very positive video because we are telling the truth, which is life pro, which is life positive. And this life positivity will reach everyone. This power will reach everyone, and that will nourish their souls. We need to stand together and do not lose the will to act in this, because the courage to take on this negativity is so deep within us that it will bring so much power and bliss. You understand? So yes, we have to take upon ourselves that responsibility to deal with this situation, which is not life positive, but we from the space of life pro, life positivity, we can do it. So do not lose yourself in worry. No. This is the most life pro happening right now. And I can tell you, if you're really serious about making a change in the world, right now there is a program which is happening online. My guru is conducting Paramashivoham, level 2. Different patches are going on, and this will bring a super conscious breakthrough to everyone. You understand? Because we need to, either one way or the other, start to do our spiritual practice to raise this energy, to do the yoga, to do the puja, to do our kriyas, to do everything we can do in different ways. We have to do all that we can do to simply stand tall and proud and elongate our spines, to raise the Kundalini Shakti in each and every one of us. That is how we will do this most smoothly. That is how we will come through this most smoothly. So the more people who are gathering for the rituals, the better. Because you know the effect of mass meditation.
I will put the link of Guruji's, His Holiness live visuals in the description down below, so you can check it from the comment section. I'll put the links, and also I'll put the links to His Holiness Sri Nithya Ekatmananda Ji. His YouTube channel is also there. I'll put the link. He makes a video on the different aspects of Shiva Tattva and how to discover it and how we can connect with it. So, Swamiji, before we go, do you want to tell our Hindu viewers or Indian viewers as a whole something?
Be blissful. That is
Just,
all. That is
just,
all.
Before going, we'll just share one small thing for everyone that is hurting right now, for everyone around the world, and for those Atma of those sadhus. We like to share this diya, this light. And on this note, we'll be ending this. And if you guys want, we'll try to ask His Holiness Sri Nithya Ekatmananda Ji's more time on this channel if possible. And I hope he can bless us with his time in the future also when required or wanted. So thank you so much. Great to have you in my show. This is just the beginning for me, but I hope I can speak truth, and truth goes to many and many. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Namaste. Namaskaram.
Namaskar.